You are tuned in to For the Love of Millennials podcast. For the Love of Millennials is a platform created to inspire, empower, and uplift melanin-enriched millennials to be the best of themselves. Each topic is carefully chosen with the intention to provide value to listeners in effort to fulfill the podcast purpose. Keep listening for more of today's episode. What is going on, my melanin millennials? I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. I really do. Mine was actually super dope. My family came to visit me from Texas and New Jersey and Connecticut, and it was just an amazing experience, full of laughs and jokes and clowning. But next year, I don't know. I think I had enough for the next 5 years. I'm good on that. Today we have an amazing guest, and guess what? My millennial listeners? This is our very first international melanin millennial, and her name is Ms. Drew. So let me tell you about Ms. Drew. First of all, let me tell you how I found her. You know, on Instagram, on the Explore page, it's going to show you profiles that match what you like, and you know how Instagram's algorithm is. And her picture popped up, and I was like, oh my God, her skin is amazing. Then I clicked on her picture. I was like, oh my God, she's freaking gorgeous. She is gorgeous. And I said, I need her on my podcast. So I slid in her DMs, and I was just like, you are too pretty, sis. Like, man, keep doing what you're doing. And when she responded, she said, thanks. And I said, yeah, we got to get you on the podcast. Her response was, that would be so dope, except I live in London and you're in the US. Oh, but thank God for technology, okay? Thank God for technology, because today we have her on the podcast. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Miss Drew, this is what she says. She is your hostess with the mostest. And if you didn't hear it from Miss Drew, then it's not true. And I'm going to make sure, she is legit, okay? And one of her quotes that I love so much is, hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself. Okay? That's the level I'm going for. And I love this. So on one of the previous episodes, my guest called me the Millennial Oprah. I am here to be your Millennial Oprah. When you see me, you're going to say, oh, that's a Rich Book right there. I know who she is. Hey, what up, Rich Book? Yes, absolutely. So Miss Drew is also known as Drusilla Lardy. She is a TV and radio personality, an event host, and a voiceover artist. She is Ghanaian and Jamaican. She was born in London. That's in the United Kingdom, y'all, our first international guest. She spent her early years in Northwest London, where she discovered her life dream of being in media. She is very vocal about using her story to inspire and empower young Black girls to dream big and never give up. Miss Drew earned a degree in media communications, but had a tough time landing parts after graduation. Her first big break came when she got an opportunity to intern at a radio station called Bang Radio. Miss Drew then went on to become a host at Pulse 88 Radio, and in the past few years, she has taken an interest in presenting on stage and hosted numerous live events. So, with that said, I'm trying to get Miss Drew to come to America, and also I'm trying to get to Ghana. So go to my website, www.arichbook.com, and just slide me $1 or $2 and help me go over to Ghana. I am manifesting my trip to Ghana in 2019. And with your support, I can take For the Love of Millennials to Ghana, West Africa, and connect with the melanin millennials over there and share the podcast with the world. That is what we are on. Remember, I keep telling you guys, this is a FUBU podcast for us, by us. Also, if you have not gotten your free work guide, Ask, Receive, Act, then you need to go do it now. It's also on my website, www.arichbook.com. Keep listening for more. This episode is sponsored by the interactive journal, hashtag 30 Days of Consistency. I've heard many people state they've struggled with consistency. I've been one of those many people. However, I do believe there is room and possibility for change. In life, we have choices, and we decide what our outcomes will be. Our decisions today will affect our life tomorrow. Yes, live for today, but remember, you have a tomorrow. I created this 30-day lifestyle journey because I desired something more from myself. I desire to unlock my creativity, my passion, my purpose. As it was possible for me, I know that this is possible for you. It is not just a one-time 30-day journey, but a life journey experienced in 30-day increments. Get your copy now on the shop at www.arichbook.com. Today we have Ms. Drew on the podcast. And Ms. Drew, can you please just tell everybody where you are from?
Hey guys, my name is Miss Drew. I am from the UK, London. I am a British Ghanaian.
Can we pause right there? Can we just take a moment to reverence this accent and just reverence, like, oh my God. She's real life fine too, y'all. She's real life fine. Like,
oh my goodness.
So we gotta make sure y'all follow her. I tell you what, I saw her. Let me tell y'all a quick story. You know, I always have to tell y'all how I got connected with our guest. I was on the Explore page and her picture came up. I was like, damn, her skin looks so good. I'm like, oh my God, she's so pretty. I'm going to follow her. And then when I looked at her page, I was like, oh, and she's Ghanaian. No offense to the other African countries, but Ghanaians are my favorite.
Just let them know.
Just saying, because that is where I studied abroad. So Ghanaians are my favorite. But I slid in her DMs, like, or maybe in her comment section, like, hey, you should be on my podcast. And she's like, wow, that would be dope, except I'm in the UK. I'm like, boom, but technology, let me tell you.
Come on.
So I was going to ask you, so one of the questions talked about, like, Ghanaian, European, but
Drew, I ain't never heard anything like that before.
But you hear, see, that's like in America, we backwards. We're African American. And then I'm like, oh, I'm a Black American. So you're a British Ghanaian. I like that. Yes. So can you tell us a little bit about you in a in a more informal way? Because I just read your bio for everybody, but I want people to hear from your mouth who Miss Drew is.
Okay, well, guys, I go by the name of Ms. Drew, the hostess with the mostest. If you didn't hear it from Ms. Drew, then it's not true.
She did that.
I'm playing. I am a TV radio presenter, an event host, and voiceover artist, even though right now my voice is not 100%. You know, we're a little bit tired. We're doing a lot of packing because I am going to Ghana. So, I've been up late, but that's beside the point. So yeah, I host events. I also mentor young girls aged 12 to 14. I'm all about inspiring and empowering the younger generation, getting them at that time where I'm able to change your way of thinking, where, you know, peer pressure, all of these different things are happening. And if you change your way of thinking at that age, then when you get older, certain decisions you wouldn't be able to make. Like, I wish I had somebody to speak to me at that age, because certain decisions or things that I did, I wouldn't have done.
Come on, somebody. Okay, I feel like we all can say that definitely now, being older, because people don't understand. Like, I actually had a conversation with somebody yesterday who was like maybe 34, and I'm like, dude, you're a millennial. He's like, I'm not a millennial. I'm not like you guys. I'm like, you're only 6 years older than me. You're a millennial. And the reality is that we're getting old. Like
Yep.
we are we are the old people now.
Mm-hmm.
So I really love
Literally.
that you're making an impact on the next generation. And can you get off my interview questions, because that was one of them.
Oh,
But I like that. So we'll start there. So what advice would you give to other millennials about impacting the next generation?
wow. That's a good one. Advice I would say, think about how you were at that age. What would you have done different? What would you have liked to have? Literally be the change that you would like to see. So if there is something that happened in your upbringing or something when you were growing up that you wish you had now that you know that can happen, be that change. Because even though you didn't have it, the fact that you're changing other people will make a bigger difference than you can ever imagine.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I'm inspired and
Oh,
empowered.
girl, stop it.
So, okay, so what inspired the Miss Drew brand? How did you become the hostess with the mostest? Tell me.
Oh, what inspired Miss Drew? Wow. When I don't even think that I've even made it yet. I'm not even where I want to be yet. I'm not even like close. But when people ask me these questions, I'm like, raw, wow. Miss Drew. Well, my full name is Drusilla. And so I basically just cut my name in half and called it Drew. And some people are like, oh my God, that's a boy's name. Oh, Drew Hill, Drew Barrymore. I'm like, behave, guys, okay? It's Drew. It's spelled differently, DRU.
Yeah.
And what inspired it? Basically, I just knew that I was meant to be in front of the TV or in the media. Like in the media is something that I'm good at. Maths, English, science, no. We were not friends at school. But when it came to media, I'll be getting them A stars, A plus plus. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I knew that was, and I'm just basically such a free spirit. I'm all about enjoying life, like having fun. You only live once, so every single day you're supposed to be enjoying it. And I'm just a big advocate of everybody making sure that they're happy. So
Right.
doing what it is that you love that makes you happy, and that's what Miss Drew is about. Just bringing happiness. I can't be serious for too long. Like honestly, I really
Girl,
can't. It don't make no sense.
she is so goofy, y'all. When I tell y'all,
I
I
am.
love talking to her on the phone because she is so silly. Had me dying. Had me dying. I'm here for it
Literally
though.
on Instagram, like on my Insta stories, I just be just acting up because it's just, come on, you can't be too serious all the time. But I can be serious when it comes to, things that are important to me, but you always need
Right.
to add a little bit of life to them.
Right.
So yeah, Miss Drew's just about having fun and literally just making sure that wherever I go, I leave a little bit of a sparkle. I want you to be remembered. I want to make sure that when you think of me, you're smiling.
Right.
That, that's Miss Drew.
Oh, I love that. When you think of Miss Drew, you're smiling. I
You're
smile every time I
smiling.
think of my sister friend. And
Yes.
I told her when we first met, I'm like, you can't get rid of me now. She's like, girl, you can't get rid of me. I was like, oh,
No. Mm-mm, we
okay.
friends forever.
We friends
Forever.
forever, y'all. Okay. I'm trying to get to Ghana. So if you listening and you want to sponsor my trip, please go right ahead and sponsor me.
Come
Okay.
on. She needs to come taste the motherland again.
Okay. I need to. I'm so scared because I'm like, if I go, I'm not gonna want to come back home, and I
Hmm.
can't have that. But that's
Hmm.
cool. So you said British Ghanaian.
Yep.
T- okay, can you share with us like your experience? Just because I want to gain a global perspective of melanin millennials, because there we are everywhere. We are globalized people. So
Hmm.
I want to know what your experience is as a British Ghanaian. And what I mean by experience is that sometimes in our places of work here in America, we are the youngest and the only person of color. We are maybe the only black man in the room or the only black woman in the room, or people give us crazy looks. And I know America is the only country that breaks life down by race, but color is apparent. So what's your experience?
Well, I feel like I've been lucky enough to not experience racism or any of that stuff, or
Yeah.
blessed for, yes, in London. London is well, in the UK we have different places. There's Leicester, there's Coventry, there's all these different places. In London, where I am, the city is so multicultural. Like, everybody is here, like Caribbeans, Africans, Asians, everybody is here. So it's kind of like mixed. But
Hmm.
when I went out so I went to uni, still in the UK, but it was in Leicester. It was like a small section of us. The whole, city was predominantly Caucasian, and then they just had like a section which you knew, okay, all of the black people are here, all of them are here, but the only reason they are here is because of uni, and that's it, not really living.
Right.
So being a black Ghanaian, they have like, Ghanaian shops. Right now, I think right now there's a craze. I would definitely say when I was growing up, it wasn't cool to be African in
Yeah.
London, not at all. It wasn't cool. Like, you'll be getting bullied at school. I remember I will never ever forget me. The first person and last person to ever bully me was some Caribbean girl, which didn't make any sense. She called me some African bubblehead.
What?
And back then, yeah, back then that was like the biggest curse you could do.
Oh my
Like, there's
gosh.
everybody, and I was like, whoa, like, wow. But then since then, now they've got obviously the
Drew,
Afro
you
beats.
beat her up, Drew.
Girl, in my head, I did. And so like now, it's more cooler to be African because they have the Afro beats, and they're having all of these events. So whenever we have Ghana independence, what London goes mad. Like London, Manchester, Coventry, all of the UK, all the Ghanaians rise up, and then you realize how many Ghanaians there actually are. Like,
Right.
even the Nigerians are going crazy.
Right.
So to be a Ghanaian, British Ghanaian now, I'm I'll
You're
be walking
proud.
around the road with my headscarf. I love wearing, the African print, the kentes, the prints, the all of these different things. So I walk around there every single day. If I got a big fashion show event, I will go rocking, a printed outfit. But so now it's good, it's cool, it's fun. Everybody's doing. You got Afrobeats bowling, Afrobeats brunch, Afrobeats this. So it's cool now. It's cool,
Okay.
and I'm just like, I hope this isn't just a craze that comes in and leaves. I hope it actually stays and people understand what
Right.
it actually is.
Right.
But
Right.
being able to like love your skin, love your melanin, being proud of who you are and your roots. And in London, I don't know, in America, it might be a bit different because I don't know if everybody knows like deep down where they're actually from and all that
Girl,
stuff.
no.
But
No,
here,
that's a whole nother story.
here, everybody knows what country they're from. We know that you're from Ghana, or you're from Nigeria, Cameroon, Sierra Leone. Everybody knows what country they're from, and they're all owning it. So we walk around with their flags, like, yeah, I'm from this country. I'm from this country, but I'm from London. London isn't where I'm from, it's just where I stay. They know
Mm,
where they're from is back home, and that's how we are here.
that is beautiful. Like, that is beautiful. And that's something here in America that we are growing to, in the sense of getting our ancestry.com on and trying to find, where we are. It's oftentimes that people come up to me and they're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm just like, "What do you mean, where am I from?" And somebody told me the other day, like, "Oh, you look like you can be from many places, like from the Caribbean or from Africa or from, a Spanish speaking Caribbean island." I was just like,
Mm.
so I got Dominican Republic, I got Bahamian, I got Ghana, I got Nigerian. I'm just like, I mean, I'm probably all of those things, honestly, because we are all centered, at least from the Americas and the Caribbean. We come from Africa. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
everything has originated from there. So I just say, I'm black. That's why I just tell people,
Yeah.
I'm black, period. But here, like in America, everybody's so caught up on where are you from, and that's something that we are learning because we don't know. Like,
Mm.
we legit don't know. Um, but that's beautiful. I'm glad you had such a beautiful experience. So, guys, you definitely need to go to London and experience some freedom.
Yes, 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 yes. We love you guys. I don't know. We love your accents and you guys love ours, which is so strange.
Really?
Yeah,
We have
everybody wants to be speaking like they're from America, and there's literally everyone's always putting on these silly accents. I think we just watch too much American shows here. Literally.
really. Oh my
For
god.
real. There's so
Your
many.
like when I hear your accent, the first thing I think about is Parent Trap. Have you ever seen that movie with
Oh
Lindsay
my
Lohan?
goodness. I do not sound like them in Parent Trap. What?
Yes, that is like I think that was my first exposure to a British accent, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. Like
Oh
they
my
sound,
God.
girl. I was just so amazed. And then when you started talking when we first met, I was like, oh my god, her accent, like I want to be like her. Oh
No
my
way. That's always the way. We always want what someone else has. Always.
god. Girl, oh my gosh. She's so dope, y'all. So let's tell us how you got into the music industry, into actually being a host and a presenter. Because we know you said you didn't like the maths and the science and stuff, but you did great in front of the camera. So was that just like you woke up and you just started going places like, hey, let me host your event? But or just tell us about that.
So originally I wanted to get into TV. I knew that I've always been good in front of the TV. Whenever, we got those home videos and we go in different countries, I'm like, okay, so today, guys, we're gonna do da 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 da. TV is definitely something I've always wanted to do. And in London, it is difficult to get into the media industry. Like it's hard. Like maybe you would say then on the screen, all you are gonna see is still Caucasian people majority of the time. And so yeah, I decided that to get my foot into the door, I was going to go into radio. So I ended up doing radio. I became a radio presenter. Like they just liked my personality from the jump. Like, no, you need to have your own radio show. And then from then I was like, yeah, well, the end goal is TV. So they started getting, as a radio presenter, they invite you to red carpet events or music shows. And I was like, no, when people were talking to me, they could see like, no, Drew, you are meant for TV. You are meant to be for the TV. And I haven't, got there yet, but
Mhm.
I'm going to. I'm speaking into existence. You will see me on your TV screens very, very soon. The next British Oprah, that will be me.
Okay. I just told somebody, matter of fact, since a few interviews back, uh the guest that I had on, her name is Tiara. She's like, okay, millennial Oprah, or you got the Oprah effect going. So we got the British Oprah on the line, and then we got
Mm-hmm.
the millennial American Oprah on the line. Because
Yeah,
girl, that is what I'm doing now. For the love of millennials, I hope to make it into a talk show. For us by us. That's my goal.
100%, 100%. And literally, so I was like, this. If I know that's my end goal, I need to start thinking of the steps to get there. So at the beginning, it was doing a lot of free work. Hi, do you need you? I see that you got an event. Do you need a host? Do you, or hi, people see my personality and they're just recommending me. They see me from doing one thing, and then just being myself on social media. That's the one thing I can say. Do you know what? Social media is good that we have this now, because back in the day with my brick phone, no one could see what I looked like. It was much harder.
Right. Right.
So definitely being able to be on social media, and people we live in an age now where everybody wants to see things first. So
Yeah.
if they can see my personality, they see that Drew is just some girl that we don't care. She's easy to talk to. She's fun. Then it's like, no, we want to book you. And that's how it all started. I remember my first event. Oh, I remember like it was yesterday. And practice makes perfect, literally. So just from then, and then I've just been ended up getting. Then I decided I'm gonna go to Ghana to see what presenting is like out there. And as soon as I booked my ticket, God just had a different plan. And he was like, Drew, well, before we go to Ghana, I'm gonna make sure that London knows who you are. So
Mhm.
I've been getting booked like crazy. Like book every weekend. I'm hosting at least 2 or 3 shows. But now I'm off to Ghana, so you guys gonna see me in the motherland.
Girl,
And I'm gonna be
how
doing
long are you gonna
the
be in
same thing.
Ghana?
6 months.
6 months, girl.
Yep, yep. We're gonna
You
make
better.
some changes out there, okay?
Make some changes. Bring me out there,
You
okay?
listen, you
She
ain't go
playing.
nowhere. You better be where I am, okay? Wherever I go, you go. When I eat, you eat, boo boo, because we friends forever.
Oh, oh, I felt that in my soul, y'all. I felt that in my soul. Y'all don't be trying to slide in Drew DM. She's my friend. Don't be trying to slide in her DMs like, oh, I heard you on that podcast. Can we be friends too? Can I eat when you eat? See, because then you got the people who like, okay, I ain't gonna grind like you grind, so
Thank
I won't
you.
have a table for you to sit at, but
No,
I
no,
sit
no.
at your table.
No,
No,
no, no, no, no,
okay.
no. We don't have anything that we don't even have no crumbs for nobody. No, no. You'll
Not
be
even the
grinding where
crumbs.
we grind.
I just like imagined you in my head, like licking your finger and then dabbing up all the crumbs off the table, and then
Everything,
like,
everything. I'm gonna
uh-uh.
eat with me and my sisters. If you wasn't grinding with me, I'm really sorry. Don't jump on my clout now. No.
Oh, okay. Okay, girl. See, I love her, y'all. I really love her. Like, I can't wait to give her the biggest hug. Like, my sister friend, I love her.
Yes.
And like, I watch her stories all the time because she's so like, I really like Drew. Like, I really love you and admire you because you're
Oh,
so dope.
you.
And her energy, y'all. If you need to get going in the morning, just go watch her Insta story and listen to the Afro beats and listen how she
Yeah.
stood up, how she danced. I'm like, girl, that is. I cannot wait to get to Ghana and just
Oh.
live my best life out there with you. Like, for real,
It's gonna be
girl.
great. It will be great.
I believe it. I feel like so what so you talked about how you got into the music industry and that was more so like the radio personality. So I want to know, what are some of your experiences? Like, are you self-managed? Do you have a team? Are you like that bossy boss lady that we need to be knowing? Like, tell us, like, share with us some of your experiences when you're on the red carpet. How do you feel when you're hosting? How do you feel? Like, I want to know. Share.
Okay, so I don't have I do is on my own. I make my own bookings. I make my own, literally. I don't have a manager yet. Even though now things are getting a bit more hectic, maybe getting a PA might be interesting. I've got a lot of young girls that are like, oh my gosh, Drew, we'd love to intern with you. We'd love to work with you, which is amazing. So 100% will be taking them on when or if I come back from Ghana.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
um, Also, we've got sometimes, again, because I do a lot of things on my own, there's some things that I don't have the access to. So there's certain areas that I may need a manager to be able to open those doors for me. But for now, it's literally just me and my manager is God.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he opens doors for me. He paves the way, and wherever he says I go should go, I go. Um, Also, so then when I'm on the red carpet and I do my bookings, I do have a team that come and film for me because now I need to make sure I get as much footage as possible for
Mm-hmm,
people to
mm-hmm.
see that I'm doing stuff. So I have a team that film, I have a team that do my hair, my makeup sometimes. But I'm getting a lot of people that are actually telling me, Drew, you look so much better without makeup. It's like a weird compliment. I'm just like, meh, I look better
Yeah.
without the makeup. I'm just like, whoa, okay, well, you
First
know.
of all, you have great skin either way. I feel like makeup is just an enhancement.
Mm.
And I feel like when we were on the red carpet, you want to look polished, right? And
Yeah,
it's okay, our bare
exactly.
face doesn't look polished, like with lips. But I need to show you, boom, bam, bow. Makeup just does something. Makeup is like putting on jewelry. It's like that ring on your finger that makes your finger
Yes.
even more
Come on.
nice. So, girl, they need to go ahead with themselves. That's like saying, girl, you look too good with makeup. You need to calm that down. Make me feel comfortable with myself.
Oh my goodness. Literally. So yeah, I'm still thinking about what that is, whether I'm gonna still have a makeup artist, but we'll see how that goes. But when I'm on the red carpet, most of the time you have to plan. I,
Mm-hmm,
have,
mm-hmm.
I usually like to know like who's coming, who I'm gonna be speaking to, that kind of thing. But then sometimes, it's bad, but I do a lot of freestyle. I do a lot of freestyle. I just, test out the crowd, see how they're feeling, and I just move with that.
Yeah.
So it's
But
good.
you're building your brand. That's really
Exactly.
dope.
And that way, people get to see more of your personality, and you're a bit less monotone. You're more unique.
Yeah, yeah,
You're unique
yeah.
that way. So yeah, that's me. That's how I do what I do, boo boo.
She do what she doing. She popping. Okay, okay. So what was one of the most difficult challenges that you faced and surmounted that has contributed to your success?
Oh, that's a good question. Right now in London, the the presenter popularity, everybody wants to be a presenter. Everybody wants to be a radio presenter. So there is a competition here now all of a sudden. Like it's just coming up. Everybody's in, everyone's on doing their own thing. So there's times where you're watching other people. Oh my God, she's got more followers than you. Oh my God, she's skinnier than me. Oh my God, she dresses better than me. And you start getting these, like, you start doubting yourself.
Hmm.
And then I realized that actually social media is, as much as it's good, it's also very fake. You never know what people are doing to get what they've got. You might see that they got a lot of followers, but you don't know if they bought them. She might be wearing all these nice clothes, but you don't know if she's just trying the outfit on in the shop and then returning it. There's all of these different things. And so I think one of the biggest challenges I had at the beginning was learning to not watch what other people are doing, but focusing on me. I live by this quote that my dad left me when he passed away a few months ago. It was, if it's not for me, if it is for me, it will be. So literally in everything that I do, if I enter a competition and I don't win, I'm not sad because clearly that wasn't meant for me. But if it's meant to be for me, it's going to come to me, whatever way, whatever situation, wherever I am. If it's meant to be for me, it's going to come to me. And so I don't stress about anything. I'm not worried about anything. That's why I'm very much, I'm like some floating fairy angel. Like, yeah, I'm so easygoing. I don't let things stress me easily. Um, Another thing that was difficult is literally just being able to balance working, because I used to work full time as well as doing presenting. So it was presenter by night, and at work I used to work in a hospital as like an executive assistant, kind of receptionist kind of thing. So it had nothing to do with media, but that was paying the bills.
Yeah.
So it was difficult having to balance, I'm coming home at like 3 a.m. from the red carpet event, but I still got to get to work for 8 o'clock just because I need to cut that coin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that was difficult. And then so I'm having late nights, early mornings, not a lot of sleep, not that much time to socialize. And then I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna quit working and do presenting full time. And I did that, and that was difficult because when all your saving is gone, you gotta go back to work.
Yeah.
You've got to go back to work. So it was just hard being able, because you have to work for the life that you want to live. So that was the difficulty for me, being able to balance that. But I had to. There was a time where I was balancing 4 jobs plus mentoring plus presenting. A lot of things. So yeah, that was one, I could say, the main like difficulties that I've had to do. But we overcame. With God, you can overcome.
Yeah, she overcame. If you are okay, tell us what your social media is like so people can follow you. Because when I tell you her Instagram is going to give you life, and like she is the same Drew online as she is offline. Like,
Everywhere. Listen,
okay,
God, you can't be fake because you're going to get caught out. I don't have the energy to even pretend.
okay,
Pretending is exercise that I can't do.
okay.
I can't. So my Instagram, Ms. Drew, that's MZDRU. Oh wait, sorry, MZ for you.
Girl, for us Americans, yes.
For you Americans, MZDRU, and then there's an underscore because I'm cool, like I'm fly like that.
Oh,
You just
you
imagine
fly
the
like that.
underscore. See, the underscore in my head is like a girl flicking her long, voluptuous locks.
Oh, girl.
MZDRU. Film.
No, she didn't say film, y'all. She said film. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Oh my God, I love her.
Yeah,
I
and
love
then
her.
I've got, it's Ms. Drew basically everywhere. I got my website www.mzdru.com, where you can see, sometimes I'm not always happy. I'm not always, crazy. I do have a bit of a serious side, so I write blogs. And
Yeah.
that's basically what I'm really, really thinking. I just write down my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I could be a bit of a deep thinker. So you got that, you got my pictures, you got my voiceovers, you got basically every single thing that I do is on there. So yeah, have a look
That
at over there.
is dope. You are just so dope. So before we go, I want to know what projects are you currently working on? I know you told us that you were on your way to Ghana,
Uh-huh.
so and you'll be there for 6 months. What projects do you have moving and shaking?
So I'm gonna basically, I've just decided we've got to take that leap of faith. I'm picking up my stuff from London. I'm going to see what Ghana's like for 6 months. I'm going to do some TV presenting out there, hosting events out there, and basically going to be doing Ms. Drew full-time presenter out in Ghana, and just being able to get more of the Ghanaian get the experience what it's like working out there,
Right,
get
right.
more the Ghanaian scene to know who I am. I've got London to know who I am a bit, and I want Ghana to know who I am. Next
Hmm.
up, you never know, I'm gonna might come to the States, see what America
You
has
said
to.
might. You might.
I
You
will, I
might.
will, I
Okay, she gonna
will.
be here, and you
I'm
got some
coming.
place to
I'm gonna
stay.
come over there, let you go. I'm gonna move my stuff over there and be like, America, this is me. I am Miss Drew. See what presenting is gonna be like out there.
Okay.
See what hosting events is like out there. 100%. Do you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Now that you've put it in my head, that is the next destination because I've never been. I've never been.
Well, you got a home to stay at.
Girl, don't get me excited.
You got me excited about Ghana. I'm legit trying to map out my
You
takeover plan because I have to come to Ghana.
you
Like you don't
have
even.
to. Yeah, by fire, by force. I'm making sure that you are
Oh,
coming with me.
look at
It's
God.
a must, guys. We're gonna have a real life selfie together.
Yes,
So
we
you have to
are.
know.
Yes, we are. And then I'm gonna
We're
cry
gonna
when I
take
have to come
over.
home. Oh
But
my
yeah,
gosh, that is so dope. I'm so proud of you. I'm just so, and I also wanted to say I am so sorry for your loss with your dad. And thank you for being transparent enough to share that very intimate experience with us.
that's
But
okay.
man,
He was my best friend, my biggest supporter, my literally my manager, my everything. And so when he went, obviously it's a bit bittersweet being Miss Drew because when you come home from all your events and the person that is usually waiting up to hear all about it, when you
right.
find out that that person's not there, is a little bit it is hard. It's
Yeah.
heartbreaking. But I know that he's definitely up there, sitting right next to God. Like, do you know what? God, you better make this happen for Drew. There's this opportunity. He's definitely watching over me because the amount of bookings that I've got recently is just like, this cannot be anybody but God and my guardian angel, which is my dad. So
Wow.
I know that he's still with me wherever I go. And it still hurts, but it will get better. So
Yes, it will.
that's my motivation to make sure that in everything that I do, I'm making sure that he is proud.
Wow. Look at that. That is
Yeah.
so beautiful. I love that. I love that. I love that. And before we go, are there any organizations that you're connected with that you want to, recognize?
um, well, actually, I still got a side hustle. Actually, other than Miss Drew, I sell these beautiful African printed fans. Follow the page BM underscore cultured. It stands for Back to the Motherland.
Mm-hmm.
Cultured, and we sell all things African from Ghana. So at the moment we're selling these beautiful handmade fans.
Mm-hmm.
We will do shea butter, earrings, wooden earrings, handbags, anything and everything, guys. Follow B2M Cultured. We have got you.
B2M culture. So B the
Yeah.
number two and then M and then
M
culture.
underscore
M
culture.
underscore cultured. And
Yeah.
tell us how we can connect with you again.
On all social media, I am MZDRU underscore. That's Instagram with the underscore, but everything else, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, or Miss Drew, MZDRU.
That's Z for you
Sorry.
Americans.
D D R
somebody's
U.
gonna somebody's gonna type in MZEDDRU and be like, it's not coming up. She said Z MZ.
DRU. But I'm most active on Instagram, guys. I will follow you back. I will respond to your DMs. Like, literally. It's all about making friends, man. Come on, networking is the best. You
Okay.
need to be nice to everybody because you never know where somebody can take you.
Okay. Do you see
Mhm.
what just happened?
I'm going to Ghana after sliding in her comment section. Okay.
It's true. With me.
I am so grateful and thankful for you coming on to the podcast and taking time out of your busy schedule to chat it up with me today.
Thank you for inviting me. Honestly, thank you for honoring me with this opportunity. Now, some of you beautiful Americans listening know who I am, and it's because of you, my darling.
Oh, sis.
Yes.
It's okay. I'm just trying to be like you when I grow up, okay?
Girl, don't.
That's all.
You already surpassed me. I'm trying to be like you.
Oh, I'm gonna take it. Thank you. Thanks, girl. I can't wait. And then when we go to Ghana, we're gonna do a real live IG live video.
And I'll be putting it on my YouTube, everything. Girl. Don't worry. You just need to make sure that you've spoken it, so you need to make sure that you actually come.
Oh, she gonna make me be accountable in front of everybody.
To everybody, you need to come now. You said it.
I said it. You right.
You said it.
You right. You right. Okay. Well, we thank you. And guys, make sure you follow us on the podcast on Instagram at For the Love of Millennials. Listen to our previous episodes. We have, after this episode, I think we have a few more. And then that is a wrap for season 1. So make sure you catch up on the episodes and catch us on the next one, which will be released next Monday. So every Monday, you got a new podcast to listen to take you through the week.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Miss Drew, for tuning in.
No problem.
And we'll catch up with you on the next one.
Amazing. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. To stay connected with For the Love of Millennials podcast, follow us on Instagram at For the Love of Millennials. If you have any questions or topics that you want to hear us chat about, or to even find a millennial expert, please email us at loveformillennials. To connect with A Rich Book, go ahead over to Instagram and follow her at a.richbook. Don't forget to give our podcast 5 stars and be sure to tune in to our future episodes.